If your dream client landed on your website today, would they actually know why they should hire you? Or could they just swap out your competitor's logo and nothing would change? Most websites don't fail because they're ugly. They fail because they're forgettable and they don't communicate well. Today, I'm going to break down the 3 signs that you need a new website that will do more of the heavy lifting for you and your business and not just fade in the background. This is not just things like, oh, you're bored of your old website, but actual factors that will help you make a decision as to whether this is something that you should invest your valuable time, energy, and even money into. I'm also going to tell you the story of one of my clients who went from full-on website shame to a website that converts at 6%, which is far beyond the industry standard. This wasn't about adding more pages or creating a bunch more content, but finally creating a site that actually showcases the quality of work that she does. If you've ever thought, my website doesn't feel like me, then this video is for you. If we haven't met yet, I'm Allie. I'm a brand and website designer who helps female service providers create brands and websites that support their growth. Most of my clients are not beginners. They have traction. They're really good at what they do. But often their website is the last thing to catch up. They know it's something they need to put time and attention to, but there's so many other things going on in their business. And so that's when they come to me, which brings me to Jenna. Jenna is a florist who came to me with a very clunky website that was not doing her business any favors. It had a standard white background, very little words on the site that gave any sort of context, and a website slider that was full of photos that could have been anyone else's. It was sort of giving you that, oh, this is a nice Airbnb, but you'll immediately forget you ever stayed there, like very aggressively neutral. Meanwhile, her work is artistic and layered and whimsical. She has a really distinct, special style in her space. I remember her telling me, I am not your stiff, outdated FTD florist who works with carnations and gladiolas. People come to me because they want something different. They want something artistic and classy. And yet her website showed none of that. And so she was really afraid to send anybody there. I like to call this website shame. As a result, she relied heavily on referrals because the website wasn't doing any work to help her out. When people did land there, she was finding that a lot of the pages were broken, her forms weren't working, and so she was losing a lot of leads through that site. Fast forward to today, after we went through a branding process and did a website redesign, and her website now converts at 6%. She attracts clients who resonate with her style, and she doesn't feel like she has to constantly explain herself to people who are interested in her services. Here's how to know if you, like Jenna, are ready for a new website. Number 1, your website is not turning visitors into leads. It's open for business, but maybe it's not making eye contact. Listen, booking clients through your website is the whole point. If it's not doing that, then there is a problem. Usually, this lies in one of 3 areas. Number 1, the structure of your site, how people move through it. Number 2, the copy or the messaging, the words and the ways that you communicate around your offer. Or number 3, the design. Sometimes it can be a combination of all 3 of those things. Jenna's old site didn't guide anybody anywhere. It was mostly just visuals without any context and no direction. A solid website should tell people what to do next, make them feel confident in taking that step, and help qualify those who reach out. When your site's just acting like a digital brochure, you end up doing most of the selling later. Your website blends in instead of standing out. When you realize your website looks like everybody else's, then it's time for you to do something about it. Jenna's old website followed some of the trends, but trends aren't memorable and they tend to fade away. Your website should both signal who you're for and also who you're not for. When your website is neutral and vague, you might not offend anybody, but you're not going to attract the right person either. If your brand has personality, depth, and a clear point of view, that's when you're going to start standing out to the right fit person. And if not, then you're leaving money on the table. Number 2 is that your website has outgrown the business it was built for. This is really common. You built a website for the business that you had at the time early on. Your skills get sharper, you hone in on what you're really good at, your prices change, but your old website portrays a dated version of your business. So your website's frozen in time, right? While you continue to move forward. It's like showing up to a grown-up business with a college resume or wearing jeans that technically button but just don't fit right. You can make it work, but it's really uncomfortable. That was Jenna. Her work had evolved tremendously over the years. Her website just hadn't kept up. When that happens, there's a disconnect that starts showing up in subtle ways. You over-explain on calls. You get a lot of price pushbacks. You feel like people don't really get what you do. And your website's not doing like the pre-work and selling that it needs to. Number 3, you feel the need to explain or apologize for it. This is really telling. If you feel the need to say, oh, just ignore that, or that my website's really outdated, I need to go in and update it, or it doesn't really reflect my work anymore, then it's time. When you're feeling the need to put a disclaimer on your website, then that's information. It's your gut telling you that something is off. When your skills have evolved, but your online presence stays stuck in what your business used to be, there's some friction and your leads can feel that. It makes it harder for you to charge higher prices or to attract really perfect fit clients or for those clients to really get an understanding of what you do. A good website should back you up. It should make you feel more confident in sending people there, not less. When Jenna's site actually reflected her artistry and her talent, she didn't have to work so hard to get people there and for them to book with her. Then they started coming to her. So if you're sitting here thinking, okay, yes, I might need a new website, then here's what to do next. First, look at your brand first, not just your website. If your website's blending in, it's usually a brand problem before it's a website problem. Your brand is what creates distinction. It's what tells your website how to look, who it's for, and what is different about it. If your brand feels generic, then your website will too, no matter how pretty of a website you create. Branding is the operating system, the website is the interface. If a brand is generic, a website can only do so much. It's like redecorating a house with a bad floor plan. I remember a client once telling me that she could tell the difference between my portfolio projects where I had done branding beforehand and those where I hadn't. Those websites that I had done branding for were still nice and pretty and looked good, but they didn't have that wow factor, that extra thing that made them stand out. Next, choose a designer that thinks about strategy, not just aesthetics. There's a big difference between someone who can make something pretty and someone who understands positioning, messaging, sales psychology, user behavior, and conversion. If someone's portfolio is gorgeous, but they can't explain why something works or show results from it, then that's a red flag. Jenna didn't need just a facelift for her website. She needed a site that was built on purpose, one that could filter out the right clients and the wrong ones. If you choose pretty over strategy, you usually just end up with an expensive decoration. Number 3 is budget for the website that your next level actually requires. I know this one is a little bit uncomfortable. A website is not in the same category as throw pillows. It's more like buying the land that your business should stand on. If there's something in your business that is responsible for bringing in clients, then it needs a grown-up budget. Your business has grown, your website needs to grow with it, and that means changing your mindset about budgeting for something like this. If your business has grown, then naturally so should your website, and that means budgeting different than you did earlier on. Think of a brand and a website not just as an expense, but infrastructure that's worth investing in. It's the thing that should support you in getting better leads, having easier sales conversations, and booking higher level clients. I've talked with a lot of people that have a lot of regret around this stage of maybe shortchanging themselves in this area and then ending up with something that they don't really love and having to redo it later. So just to recap, you probably need a website if your current website is not converting, if your business has outgrown it, or if you feel the need to apologize for it. Once that clicks into place, then the results will follow. If this website hits close to home, I have many more resources on branding, websites, and building an online presence that supports your growth. Make sure you like this video and subscribe here on YouTube, and check the links below for more free resources. And if you're sitting here thinking, yes, this is me, then no, this is not a failure. Your business is just growing. It's usually a sign that you're ready for what's next. So book a call at the link in the description, and let's talk about the next steps for getting you a website that your excellence deserves.